So you want to find an API key for an AI model like OpenAI, Google, or Anthropic. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to find API keys for all of those platforms. So let's jump in. Now, before we get started, I just want to talk about API keys in general. Think of them like a password. So definitely keep them secure. If someone gets a hold of your API key and uses it a bunch, you're going to be stuck with the bill at the end of it. So definitely keep that in mind. So the first API key I'm going to show you how to get is for OpenAI, which they have the GPT-4o model, which is really popular. Let's jump in. You can see here, I'm on the platforms page for OpenAI. Now I'll link this in the description along with all of the links that we're going to be talking about. And you can see here, the developer documentation, and they have a button here, create API key in the dashboard. So once you click that, you're going to create an account and then you can actually go and get the API key. Now, before we do that, I'm going to show the same thing on Anthropic and Google. So I'm on Anthropic's API reference and similar, you can see getting started and there's a console here. And I'll share this link in the description below as well. And once you click the console, you can make an account and get your key. And the same goes for Google. They have a nice big button here, getting started with Gemini API keys. Their API keys are called Google AI Studio. So if you're looking up things, you definitely want to put Google AI Studio in there because they have a lot of different APIs and it can be kind of confusing. But once you click that, you'll be able to make an API key. So you can see here, I'm already in OpenAI on the dashboard. And on the left side, you can see API keys. And then you can see here on the top right, create new secret key. That is going to be your API key. You'll probably have to add payment before you see this, but the process should be pretty simple once you log in. And the same goes for Anthropic. I'm already logged in here and I went to the gear on the left side, settings, and went to API keys. And you can see here all your API keys and you can create a key over here. Super simple. And here I am in Gemini and they have a giant blue button. They make it pretty easy now. Get API key, and over here you can hit create API key. Now, after you get your API key, depending on where you're using it, you can just copy it to your clipboard and then paste it to whatever platform you're trying to use it in. Now on RightBlogger, if you're a user and you actually want to pick the AI model that you want to use, we have a new settings page here that I'll link in the description, and it's advanced settings. We want to be very clear. You do not need to do this in RightBlogger. It is completely optional. We don't require any API keys to use RightBlogger. Everything's already set up if you have a subscription, but this is for advanced users who actually want to pick the model and want a little more control over the outputs they're getting. And you can see here, we have 3 options. We'll plan on adding more later, but we have OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google AI Studio. You just paste the keys that you got here, and you don't have to do all of them. You can just do one. So if you just want to do Anthropic, you can paste that here and hit save at the bottom. Now, once you save an API key in RightBlogger, you can actually go over to any tool and hit select model on the top right, and it'll have all of the models that you have connected. And you can see here, I'm scrolling through all of the OpenAI ones, all of the Anthropic ones, and all of the Google ones. And you can just pick which one you'd like, and it will actually use that model. Now, we don't guarantee that it's going to work with every model, but overall, you should have pretty good compatibility. Just let us know if you see an issue. And of course, if you don't want to use one of your API keys and get billed, you can do the RightBlogger auto at the top, and you can see here it says no API billing, because if you use that, it will not use your API key and it won't charge you. And definitely keep in mind, if you pick a model here and it's not the RightBlogger default one at the top, you will be charged for it on your account that you created with one of these providers. And that's it. Now we have the API keys we needed for whatever application we're trying to use. For example, we use RightBlogger in this video. And if you'd like us to use a specific provider, definitely let us know in the comments below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.